Many people now believe that Canada has become a place where offending somebody is the greatest sin you can do.
Well, actually,
and I would like your response on whether or not people have the right to offend in this country.
It's not, sorry, just one thing. It's not just about offending. I mean, with regard to this specific article, it was the subject of a Western Standard blog fairly recently, and the article was discussed, and there were comments on the blog, you know, Muslims need to be deported, Muslims need to be killed, and referring to Muslims as disease-laden mosquitoes. This is promoting hatred. I mean, this is not a matter of hurt feelings. It's not a matter of people getting offended.
I think you can find those same comments about journalists for what it's worth.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're talking about this article specifically, and the Ontario Human Rights Commission, in their statement, have recognized the hateful impact that these words have, and they've called
Speak to my
McLean's
question, please. Do we no longer have the right to offend in this country?
No, you absolutely do. What you do not have the right to is to promote hate, and then also tell the community against which you're promoting hate that you would rather go bankrupt than allow that community to respond to Islamophobic bigotry. There is actually evidence. There is evidence that this article has led to the promotion of hatred and contempt. It was the subject of a Western Standard blog for which the owner of the Western Standard apologized.
Can I just understand this? Let me understand.
So we're saying
don't rag the clock on me here. We got 4 minutes left. Can I understand that is the only evidence that you're pointing to here that he has caused a promotion of hatred in this country? Some wacko comments on the Western Standard's blog site?
There's actually case law that the tribunals, that the human rights tribunals rely on, and they have hallmarks of hate. So these have been, through their research, the things that, if they are printed, will likely result in hate. One of the things being that you're seeming to prey on the elderly. You're seeming, you're in some way associating the targeted group with a vermin or an insect or a mosquito.
Did that hate exist before the article? Hang on a sec. Did the hate exist before the article was published?
Yes, it did. And the reason it existed, Steve, is because as the United Nations has recognized, as the European Union on racism and xenophobia, European Union's Monitoring Center on Racism and Xenophobia has recognized, it is because of the collective denigration of the Muslim community consistently in our mass media.
So the hate existed, and you think he exacerbated it?
Exactly.
And
response time. Response.
I think I agree that when Mullah Krikar said that Muslims are breeding like mosquitoes, to be compared to mosquitoes is deeply insulting. I would support you if you wanted to sue Mullah Krikar over that remark. But I don't see why a Maclean's magazine should be taken to court for accurately quoting that remark. And I think this is really the issue. That suggests...
That's the question. Why didn't you shut him down?
That suggests... I think we have to go back to the fact that it's not what's in your book. Your book is being published. We're not taking any action against the book.
When he's accurately quoting people who say anti-Muslim things, why aren't you going after the people who are saying the anti-Muslim things?
We wouldn't quote Adolf Hitler and say that he was in any way representative of the majority or even the minority or any Christian. That's just not what we do in society.
Exactly. This is like saying these accurate quotes. You know, if I was to write an article tomorrow on what are the views of white men in Canada on Jews, and I said that, Ernest Zundel said that, there are that many Jews, in companies out there and that they are taking over our society. I think that most white men in Canada would be deeply offended to have their views equated with Ernest Zundel. And Ernest Zundel was residing in Canada. Mm-hmm. What is happening here is that Steyn and Maclean's magazine continuously equate Muslim Canadians with Colonel Gaddafi's statements, with Mullah Krikar's statements.
I've got 20 seconds left. Mark, take the last word, please. Last 20 seconds.
Well, the fact is, this...
Come on, give me a break, guys.
Okay, they can have the last 20 seconds if they want, but the shutdown of speech, the criminalizing of opinion, it should be embarrassing to as old a settled democracy as Canada. I don't have as low an opinion of Canadians as these three phony complainants and the Human Rights Commission.
She's telling me we gotta go.
I think Canadians are mature enough to reach their own decisions on this.
I thank you three for coming tonight. I thank Mark Steyn for coming tonight. The book is called America Alone. For more information about tonight's guests and the actual text of the complaint against Maclean's magazine, be sure to visit the agenda online at tvo.org. Tonight's program was produced by Wojtek Schemberg and Naveen Vaswani, and I wish Henry Kissinger was here. I need a diplomat. That's the agenda for Tuesday, May 6, 2008. Tomorrow night, why we don't care, or at least don't care more, about Darfur. I'm Steve Paikin. Thanks for watching TVO, for joining us online at tvo.org, and we'll see you again tomorrow night.